Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. I'm here in my office today doing a video response for Mark from Kentucky who reached 1,000 subscribers, which is really awesome. But Mark, I'm kind of pissed at you because you challenged us with the nearly impossible task of trying to narrow down the greatest baseball movies of all time to our top 10. I can't do it. I just can't. There's too many good baseball movies. And so what I'm going to do is just show you my favorite movies of all time. And if you want to yell at me or not include me in the contest, I get it. I understand. I'm not really following the rules. But there's just too many good stuff, too many good movies out there. So I'm just going to talk about my favorites. So hang on one second. Okay, so here we go. Going through my favorite baseball movies. And the first one you're looking at, I'm going to do a Kevin Costner trifecta. For some reason, I really love this movie. It's a great story about Kevin Costner pitching for the Detroit Tigers in his last game, and he pitches a perfect game, and his arm's falling off, and flashbacks and all that. Really great movie. Next up is, of course, a classic. I can't watch this movie without crying at the end. Dad, do you want to have a catch? Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner, just awesome. And then the last of the Kevin Costner trifecta for me is, of course, one of the greatest baseball movies of all time, Bull Durham. Nothing needed to be said there, except we need to find a dead chicken. Next up are kind of some historical dramas that I think are fantastic. 61, which I just watched again a couple weeks ago. Just a great story of Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle in the 1961 series and the home run chase. It was just awesome. 42, Chadwick Boseman plays Jackie Robinson. Harrison Ford plays Branch Rickey. Just a great movie about the struggles and issues that Jackie Robinson had to face in breaking the color barrier. Cobb with Tommy Lee Jones is a historical drama that I think it's based on the Al Stump book or whatever, but a lot of that's kind of proven to be not true about how he was, but still a great look at baseball at the turn of the century and the early 1900s, and one of the greatest of all time in Ty Cobb. Next up, I call these the 4 great baseball movies beginning with the. And the first one is The Sandlot. Classic, love it. You're killing me, Smalls. Just so many great lines in that movie. Just a great story. Then you've got The Natural. Again, one of my favorites of all time. Robert Redford playing Roy Hobbs. Just an amazing story of baseball and, you know, underdogs, and really great story. Love this movie. I cry every time I watch this movie too. The Rookie with Dennis Quaid playing pitcher Jim Morris and his rise to the major leagues from being a coach and out of baseball. And then the last The movie is The Bad News Bears, Walter Matthau, Tatum O'Neal. Just great movie. Classic. Watched this all the time when I was a kid. It was like a Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon movie. Just watched it all the time. It was a staple for sure. All right, now we're going to get into some guilty pleasure baseball movies. First one's Fever Pitch, and I absolutely love this movie. I kind of relate to Jimmy Fallon in his obsession. I'm not that crazy, but I definitely love baseball cards a lot and the sport, and have a huge passion for it, so I can relate. And Drew Barrymore, she's great. Reminds me of my Julie and how much she has to put up with my crap, but really, really great movie here. Next up is another guilty pleasure, Brewster's Millions. Just a fantastic movie with Richard Pryor and John Candy. All right, Summer Catch. You're like, what the heck? That movie sucks. It may suck, but 2 words, Jessica Biel. Next up are a couple of just great classics. Major League, of course. I mean, any list of baseball movies has got to include Major League. And then another great movie, A League of Their Own, talking about the Women's Professional Baseball League back in the 40s. Just really, really great movie. Tom Hanks plays a great character. All right. Now we got some of the classics. Two movies here that are really old but really great. And the first one is The Pride of the Yankees, obviously the story of Lou Gehrig, my favorite all-time player. Just Gary Cooper plays him. It's just fantastic. It's Lou Gehrig. And the next one is a movie I don't think a lot of people have watched. It's The Pride of St. Louis, and it's a great story about Dizzy Dean. And for sure, you need to check that out if you haven't. Next up are some must-see documentaries. There's 3 of them that I'm going to list here, and they are The Battered Bachelors of Baseball. It's something you can watch on Netflix. Just great about this minor league team. It's just fantastic. Fastball is another film that right now you can watch on Netflix. It talks about kind of who's thrown the fastest pitch and goes through historical comparisons of Walter Johnson and Bob Feller and Nolan Ryan and Sandy Koufax and Bob Gibson and Aroldis Chapman for the modern guys. I mean, it's just fantastic comparing those and looking at that. Just a great documentary. And of course, last but certainly not least, is Baseball by Ken Burns. If you haven't seen this, you need to get off of this YouTube video right now and go start watching Baseball by Ken Burns. It'll take you a very long time to watch it, but you will not regret it. You will learn so many things about our great game and how much we love it and why we love it. It is a must-see for all baseball fans. So there you go. Again, congratulations to Mark from Kentucky for getting 1,000 subs. Here's my baseball movie list. I know it's not 10, it's more than 10, but I couldn't limit it to just 10. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you on the next one. Keep collecting.